Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Woof! There is a party going on outside, apparently. We got spiders and burning zombies and all that fun stuff. Where the heck are we? And we're in the Farlands Bust world. That's where we are. We are in, specifically, episode 535 of this Farlands or Bust journey series thingamabob that we're doing, and Wolfie already knows to take some damage. What the heck happened to you, Wolfie? Good gravy. Where is Wolfie? Let's get him to spawn. He fell down a giant tube. What? Come back. No. Stop falling down the tubes. What was that all about? You found the first opening that you could possibly fall down, and you took all the damage that you possibly could. Alrighty then. Whoops, no. Bring that back. An interesting start to what is hopefully an interesting episode. Hopefully not that kind of interesting, but we are going to continue west here. Like I said, episode 535 of the series on a Saturday, November 28th, 2015. And over at farlandsorbust.com, we are still raising money for Child's Play charity. $9,799.40 have been raised thus far in Season 6. We're trying to raise $60,000. So I do appreciate everybody's continued support over there, helping get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals around the world, which is what Child's Play charity does. You can learn more specific... You can get the deets, more specific details over at childsplaycharity.org. Or, like I said, just donate to Child's Play charity at farlandsorbust.com. On the homepage, there's a button and a tracker and a way you can help us reach that goal, and then finally be able to press F3, which will let us know our coordinates and how far we've walked here in Season 6. Indeed. So yeah, I do appreciate that. Also, I do appreciate what I expected were mostly positive feedback about the live stream a day proposal situation for January and or February. And yeah, that was kind of what I expected. I didn't expect too many people. There was always a few what's the word I'm looking for? Very nice people who perhaps aren't on board with such a thing, but otherwise it was fairly positive, and we're just testing things out. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. I think it's good to test things out, try new approaches. People even suggested, why don't you live stream on YouTube? I haven't ever. And Twitch is kind of where I already have whatever 40,000 followers. I don't get statistics on those, so I don't know how much are live followers or dead subs, live subs, followers on Twitch, and I've got mods and stuff. And I have wanted to try, just for the sake of it, some YouTube streaming, but I don't think. Specifically being only 1 month out, that I would be able to get it up and in a place where I'd be comfortable doing an entire stream a day thing on the YouTubes. But I might try it at some certain point in the near or not too distant future. But who knows? So yeah, I do appreciate that, those kind words and that encouragement for that. People's main concerns was whether or not I would be uploading. Get out your ladles. We're gonna upload some videos. Uploading the VODs, the video on demand, is what that refers to. The archives to YouTube. I suppose so. In a stream a day situation, I've typically lately only been uploading highlights. And honestly, the reason why you haven't seen any highlights is because I don't feel anything has been highlight worthy lately. We've been doing work on the Minecraft server. We've been playing some Rocket League or doing some Minecraft bingo, but not really stuff that I feel necessary to pull out and upload as its own video on YouTube. I find them to be very different. That's a nice shot. Very different platforms, mediums even, and where one thing works for Twitch, I don't feel works for YouTube, and I don't want to I don't want to bring down the level, at least in my opinion, of I have such a high opinion of my content on YouTube already. I don't want to bring down the level of that simply to have more videos, based on the Twitch stuff. So possibly, that sounds like a good idea. Because I'd be doing a stream a day thing, they might just be unedited videos. And maybe even I would do it so, like, I would upload them at, like, midnight local time, so they really don't... So, they're there and can be watched, but they're not really going up at a time where they're going to clog anybody's subscription box or anything, because those things always work, right? Yeah, I mean, that's an idea. I can think of that. And it's also going to possibly be more feasible, because hopefully when the stream a day is going on, I'll be on the new Farlander machine, the new computer, which hopefully will have... Wolfie, did you just fall down on... There you are. Yeah, he did. He just took more damage. You stink bomb! We're getting food here, and you're just... There's no negative gains, positive gains here. These are bad deals we're making. Trying to get food and you take damage. We're getting nowhere in life. Wolfie? There we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, now that with the new computer, it is hopefully far more... Nice job. Just jump right over the pig. Much more possible and easy to both record and stream at the same time, because that's a little bit of a problem I run into right now. Especially with, Minecraft is usually okay, which is why you'll see Mindcrack highlights or whatever, but other games, your Rocket Leagues, something that's a little bit more fast-paced or graphically intensive, being able to record and stream at the same time is a bit of a hefty burden for my current machine. So maybe, yeah, I could see maybe just even uploading the straight-up VOD, if you will. Speaking of which, Twitch is being really weird. Speaking of saying good things about Twitch and saying I'm going to do a live stream a day all the time, Twitch has not been working lately. Basically, I can't even upload the second UHC from the Mindcrack Marathon. People have been wondering if I'm going to upload that. I've tried multiple times. I've unlinked YouTube, I've relinked YouTube, I've made new highlights, and every single time the YouTube export fails from Twitch, and that's the only place that exists. It worked for the first one, but when I tried the second one, it is not working. So I'm going to try that a couple more times, but I'm going to eventually lose interest and say, sorry, it's not that great of a loss on that, to be honest, that one, but I'm glad at least the first UHC from the Mindcrack... Hello, what the heck just happened? From the UHC, from the Mindcrack Marathon, at least went up in its entirety, so that went well. That's a good thing to have an archive of. But yeah, again, I appreciate it. I'm glad, this is an interesting medium that we work with, where I can actually, like, get instantaneous, possibly one-sided, or possibly, not reflective of the entire viewing community, but I can at least get bounce ideas and get feedback. You don't hear the producers of The Big Bang Theory bouncing ideas off of you before they make the next episode, do they? So it's quite an interesting thing here, this new media shenanigans that we're part of. So yeah, I think that's good. I'm also... as an aside, running out of time, but I wanted to get the minor adjustments to my Patreon made before the end of the month, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I want to. So there might be I did a survey of my patrons, and I've taken from that some what people want, like, don't like, and I want to do some minor adjustments that might... include some different stuff. I'm gonna keep that close to the chest. Close to the chest? Is that the phrase? The turn of phrase? Yeah, that is, isn't it? I'm gonna keep some of that stuff in my pocket. There we go. My chest pocket, even. And then I'll just introduce that when I get a chance. I don't want to say stuff and then I don't have time to do it this month, and then blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The Patreon falls all apart. So, yeah, cool stuff. In the morning, we will start answering some questions. Got a bunch more here from donors to Child's Play charity. I appreciate that as well, of course. And yeah, let's do that. Shall we? We shall. And awakeness. And watch your stepness. So this is a different question I got. This is FAQs about Minecraft time, which is all right. You can ask whatever question you want. But Marcus, with a donation to Child's Play charity, asks, how does sleeping work within a multiplayer Minecraft server? I should have actually probably looked this up beforehand, but I think I know. And I think maybe I'm hoping you're talking about the current versions, because multiplayer in this version was a completely different thing. I'm not actually sure how it worked in this version. If you could even sleep, there was probably a time when there were multiplayer Minecraft servers that didn't allow you to sleep at all. Woofy! You are a noodle. If there was danger down there, I would have just fallen right into it. Alright, I swear there was a zombie spawner down there, but we don't see it, so we're continuing on, and also Wolfie is apparently trying to murder us today, so gotta keep that in mind as we continue. How does sleeping work within a multiplayer Minecraft server? I think this is probably a question, because in the last video, or one of the previous videos, I talked about how in this version, if you sleep, you can sleep in a bed no matter how many mobs there are around you, but when you sleep, if within 2 blocks of your bed there is a space that is free enough and dark enough where a mob could potentially spawn, one will spawn and wake you up and spawn right next to your bed, much like has happened 2 or 3 times here in Farlands or Busts. And that's how that will work, as opposed to the current versions of the game. If there is any active mob around you within 5 blocks, 8 blocks, it will not even allow you to get into the bed. It'll say there are monsters nearby. It could be as dark as... It could be as black as night, and you can sleep in a bed as long as there aren't mobs around you. In the multiplayer environment, same thing applies, but you won't actually... You can get into bed, but you won't actually be able to pass through the night unless... Oh my gosh, I need some wood. Unless... That was a little bit more of a panic reaction than it really should have been, standing next to a bunch of trees, but... Oh my god, I need some wood! Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, everybody needs to be in a bed and in a sleepy situation, or, you know, if you're not in the overworld. Everybody in the overworld, let me just say that. I think people can be in the nether and in the end, right? And the people in the overworld can sleep if they're there, right? That's the way it works. But yeah, that's why, like, on the Mindcrack server, whenever it's nighttime and there's more than one person on, we're always like, bed? And then we're like, okay, in. And then if you're both sleeping, you have to wait for the last person to have gotten in the bed to pass through the whole nighttime animation, then bing, it'll be daytime all over the server. And that's how that works. So yeah, kind of pretty intuitive, I suppose, way that works. Not so intuitive when somebody is AFK farming or something like that. That's a little bit annoying. But yeah, that's how it works in a multiplayer server. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works in this version of the game on a multiplayer situation. There was multiplayer, not as fully formed and well-rounded, but there was multiplayer here. I think, wasn't it 1.4? Or maybe 1.2, maybe even earlier, that multiplayer was introduced. But anyway, there wasn't really any... There were no, like, commands, there were no, like, teleport commands, or maybe there were just very basic commands that you could enter in, but yeah, there was no, like, creative mode, there was no No crazy stuff like that like we have now. There was no chat even. There's no chat. Was there a chat? Well, there had to have been a chat. Yeah, I think there was probably a chat. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I never played multiplayer. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. No, I'm pretty sure I did actually. I think I did. So, yeah, weird. But I guess we don't have to deal with it now. So, this is a lone journey as I walk over yet another precipice. And okay, Wolfie just spawned right through it. That's good. So yeah, thanks Marcus for the donation, and I hope I answered your question. This one from Martin in England. England, UK. England, UK. We're narrowing it down very specifically. One of the big things I, parentheses, and I know a lot of other people, end parentheses, appreciate about you is... Whoa, there's some weird mouse. Alright, we're fine. Appreciate about you is your level of honesty. I think Eva's angry that we're not playing. I just heard a very disgruntled noise. Sorry. Appreciate about you is the level of honesty with your community and your ability... I hear footsteps. Oh, chickens. And your ability to express your vulnerability with us. How important do you think... I'm sorry, I'm like checking back and forth between the screen and the text, so I'm like very... not reading this very fluently. How important do you think honest communication is in your relationships with your family / friends / loved ones? And do you think it's important to allow yourself to be vulnerable in your relationships with other people? Any musings on the subject? I honestly don't think about these things as much as maybe other people do. Possibly because overall, social stuff, relationships, etc. I don't ponder such things. You're asking me to ponder such a thing or have musings on the subject. Nary a subject such as that ever really enters my mind, to be honest with you, simply because I'm not really 100% that social of a being. And so I rarely formulate opinions or strategies on the subject, which may be one of my problems that I run into when forming said new or maintaining said existing relationships, is that I don't give it the time of day. Have a seat, Wolfie. What is going on here? This is some magic lava we got. Yellow. Nope, that's some magic lava you got. Oh, nope, now I fixed it. Damn. I've ruined the magic. Sorry. So yeah, I don't think about it too much. I mean, I'm sure it's important to be completely honest with you as my viewers. I'm really not completely honest with you. Like I withhold as I'm sure a lot of YouTubers, people in the public eye, as small as that eye may be, as far as an audience is concerned, in my regard, choose what to share very carefully, what to share and what not to share, and even sometimes if we do overshare, we're like, the next day, like, shouldn't have done that, and maybe delete that or edit that out or, whatever. So yeah, I don't want to, like, say I'm a big old liar or anything like that, but there is privileged information, and that's probably a good thing to have, because it's a good way to be able to tell the difference between, family, true friends, relationships, actual relationships in the real world meat space here, versus those relationships with fans or internet folk. There's overlap. Again, the Venn diagrams, there's overlap between the two, but just in general, the persona portrayed here does not necessarily 100% reflect that of the real Slim Shady. So, yeah, I mean, I try to be honest. I'm certainly honest about, like, the introversion stuff. I mean, I'm not making that stuff up, obviously. So, the introversion, the shyness, my specific likes and interests about, space and the types of music and movies and whatever and stuff like that. But there's stuff that is just for me, or just for me and the people around me. That's good to have. So, yeah, I'm sure it's important. I can't say I'm very good at it 100% of the time, for, intentional or non-intentional being, like you said, vulnerable or 100% honest or communication or whatever, as anybody could be, I'm sure. I find it hard to believe I could ever find somebody who's like 100% honest 100% of the time, all the time. That might not be a person that's easy to find, or a person that you even want to find, honestly, to be honest with you. So yeah, that was an interesting question, but I haven't given it as much thought as maybe others have, or, looked into it too much. I kind of just run a little bit on autopilot most of the time. And again, that might be part of the problem. I have some very difficult landings when I leave the autopilot on. So, analogies. Let's go to sleep and continue. Let's say in the morning we should continue. Yeah, that's a good idea. And awakeness. Woof. Ow! That was a 4-block fall. I forgot that I was already... Whoa! One up high there. Hey, guys. What's up? Where'd y'all come from? Oh, I missed the party, apparently. Is there a spawner down here, or... Where did... Did you just spawn in the trees or something? Are you under this overhang? Underhill, overhill, barrel riders. Huh. That was weird. Yeah, I guess maybe. There's another zombie over there. That was a little bit of a long walk for them to take. Ho, Wolfie! What is up with you today, my friend? Good gravy. Trying to throw me into a chasm. Whoops! Alright, guess we're gonna find those zombies now. No! That's what you get. Ooh, this is weird. Is this not weird? It's like a doorway. Banana. Oh, well, it's a little bit less dramatic when you can actually see what it is. Got a question here from Mousepad, Mauspad. Mousepad. You often speak... Oh, this is the theme questions. You can tell I order my questions, not in chronological order, but by theme. You often speak of being introverted and or having social anxiety. Have you ever tried to seek treatment for your anxiety, or does it not interfere? Does it not interfere too much with your daily life? I was just wondering, as I just began to see a therapist for my own anxiety issues that have worsened over the last few years. Well, that's always a good choice. I kind of... Ooh, have a seat, Wolfie, or, have a torch. One of the two. Hey, pop, dip, dip. I want to kind of get... Whoa, hi. Yellow. Hey, you. The guy with the face. Yeah, you. Boop. That might be interesting. What was the question? No, I mean, even, heck, to be honest, if you even, don't feel like you have, obvious surface tension, if you're one of those bugs that can walk on water, psychological or social or otherwise issues, even I would just recommend seeing, going in for a tune-up, an oil change or something like that, with somebody, a therapist. It doesn't need to be a full-on psychiatrist or anything. There are just your standard therapists is what they're called, isn't it? counselors, whatever, just to get an outside, opinion. Somebody who talks to a lot of people is kind of the expertise that they're able to provide that maybe your close friends or family, despite being so very, very close, would not be able to provide that perspective. So yeah, I would always recommend that. It is kind of less and less as the years go on, but it has always been and continues in certain communities and situations to be a bit of a taboo thing, or a thing that perhaps is not what people discuss or maybe embarrassed by, that they see therapists or even in different cases around medication or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I've throughout various stages of my life have seen therapists for a wide range of different reasons, or counseling or whatever, that whether or not, I suppose looking back could have had different results or impacts, and mostly have been impacted by my own, like I said before, I'm perhaps not 100% always on par with the whole honesty thing, and that even extends to myself. So yeah, I could have seen different situations, even with therapists, where I wasn't completely honest in that format, despite the fact that it doesn't matter. It's a safe space, if you will, which is more or less not being honest with yourself. So that really affects what you get out or what you don't get out of a therapy thing. But I haven't, I've never gone specifically for anything like, oh, I can't make friends, or I can't deal with these social situations, so this is an issue I need to address. It's always been something a little bit more specific to address than that, and I don't think I want to. It's something I've known as my own personality, talking about the introversion, it maybe not wanting very many friends or seeking or anything like that. So it's not something I ever thought to address. I mean, even there are situations, I suppose, like yesterday, spent Thanksgiving at not with my family, but other people in the area invited, and I attended, and I was, in retrospect, if I could give myself what's the word I'm looking for? Like what do people do with their jobs when they get evaluation of how I performed socially? I was very quiet, as normal. I mean, even looking back at like the Mind Cracking Marathon, pretty quiet, a little bit inward versus outward sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that I'd be like, yeah, it'd be nice to work on, but I don't know if there's anything specifically advantageous. And well, maybe there is. Maybe I should. I don't know. That would come from seeking something from a therapist or something like that. I've never done like group therapy, which is kind of, again, along the theme of not being comfortable around people. So that's something I have no experience in. But group counseling, you say therapy and it starts to sound medical and scary. So counseling, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, that's a good question. And again, here's another situation where I am being completely honest with y'alls, but there is information to be withheld. That is for me and the people I know. And that's the way. I like it. So that I don't think was entirely appropriate, but yeah. So yeah, these are some neat questions we're getting here, and Mousepad, I wish you good tidings on your adventures through counseling or whatever you may be addressing. That's a good first step, and hopefully you continue with that, I suppose. And anybody else, there are resources out there for you, regardless of if you have the money or the insurance or this or that or other. There are always resources for addressing such things. So always You know, and also that, I mean, that's one of the things that I think is what makes it kind of a taboo or kind of like a hush hush thing, is that people think like, oh, I'm the only one, I have to see a therapist, I'm so weird, or something's wrong with me. And that's kind of the first thing you got to get out of your head. Pretty much everybody. Honestly, it's weird if you don't. Then you're weird, if you want me to say that. And I'm not saying if you don't that you're weird, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to make everybody feel good. Stop. Don't stop it. Oh man. Good thing Kurt isn't a counselor, because woo, it starts to alienate entire populations. Let's see here. What is the sun's kind of going down a little bit. It's been a while since we've seen a pink sheep, hasn't it? I saw a gray one back there and a brown one, which is not unusual, but a bit of a change of pace. But we had quite a few. I'm still carrying around the pink sheep. We had like 3 in a row, so I guess we've met our quota. So I still don't know what I want to do with this pink wool. I still don't know what I want to do with this iron helmet. I should just leave it in one of those many... all the TNT stuff I've been exploding. I should just throw it in, or on, a piece of TNT and just have it blown to bits the next time I find a spawner or something. I'm pretty sure I'll forget. Woof, Wolfie knows. Here's kind of a quick question from Greg. Greg is wondering. Ooh, it's like a chicken foot, a turkey foot. Happy Thanksgiving. Greg has wondered, would I rather be able to stop time at will or age at half the normal human rate? Well, I'm not sure what advantage stopping time would have. And actually, that would probably, if we're speaking quantumly, that would have a negative effect. You could, like, stop time, and then when you restart time, you'll be that amount of time older, have aged older than everybody else. Look at all those pumpkins! Woo! Woof, yeah, I know. Woo, woof, whatever. Let's go make our hidey hole underneath these, because that's a lot of pumpkins. Dr. Brian Lorgon 111 would be proud. Yeah, let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18! And 18 bushel of pumpkins. I should take them down and, like, build them up. I should build my hidey hole out of pumpkins. It's a little bit too late for that, so let's just, whoops, dig in, I guess. Not you, Wolfie. You can stay out here and guard the pumpkins if you don't mind. Thank you. Boop. And why not? Boop. And, yeah, we can dig this hidey hole. So, yeah, I would probably choose the age at a slower rate. Didn't I just kind of talk about this in vampire terms of immortality and whatnot? I'm like, what is that light over there? It's the turkey foot. So yeah, I would probably choose that. That'd be pretty neat to be. It's almost like time travel, except you have to pass the time 1-to-1 ratio. So how did I make this thing? I'm certainly not giving myself a way out. There we go. And this is all wrong, Kurt. What are you doing? You're all distracted. So yeah, I'd probably choose the half rate aging thing. That'd be all right. That'd be not bad. Oh gosh, we get to we get to find out what ends up happening in the 2100s. See what sort of crazy scientific and technological endeavors take place over that period of time. So yeah, I'd go with that. That's my final answer. Whoop. And boop, boop, boop. Very nice. And I guess we can make a boat for good measure. And yeah. Ooh, we do need some tools here as well. I don't have room for them, however. Oh, I don't need... Oh yeah, I don't. Let me just get rid of this helmet. Why don't we just get rid of it once and for all? The helmet. The helmet is gone. The helmet is back. Oh. So yeah, that wraps up episode 535. I had to check my notes of Farlands or Bust. Keep going to farlandsorbust.com to donate to Child's Play charity, helping us get towards our goal. Perhaps divert some of your Black Friday savings to a good cause. That'd be much appreciated. And I hope everybody who celebrates it had a good Thanksgiving, and the holiday seasons are upon us. And yeah, where did the year go? Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. Where did the year go? I was unable to stop time or age at a half rate to everybody else. Dang it! My name is Kurt. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Oh my god, I need some wood. Bum, bum, bum.